So, unless you've had your head buried in the sand for the past few weeks, you've definitely heard about Google's Nano Banana. You've seen people changing their hair color, you've seen the memes. But did you know that with the right prompts and the proper workflow, it's powerful enough to create an entire advertising campaign from a single photo, or generate consistent characters for a cinematic storyboard? Most people are just scratching the surface. Today, we go deeper. Let's start with character consistency. The real test isn't just putting a hat on someone, it's about maintaining their identity across completely different worlds. Here's our subject. Now let's drop her into the middle of a 1940s black and white photograph. Now the same person, same face, she's the lead in a sci-fi blockbuster. The key here is the prompting. Reference the original image explicitly and only defining the changes. This is how you move from a simple edit to create a digital actor. Okay, that's fun, but let's make it profitable. Here is a single basic photo of a product. A simple can of a drink. A marketing agency would charge you thousands to turn this into a full ad campaign. We're going to do it in 90 seconds. Place this can on a rock by a waterfall in a lush jungle. Morning light. Now place the same can in the hand of a cyclist on a mountain trail. Motion blur in the background. Create a minimalist studio shot. The can is on a black reflective surface with a single dramatic spotlight from above. That's 3 completely different commercial shots, all from one source image. This is a tool for professionals, if you treat it like one. But what about telling a story? This is where it gets really powerful. We can use it for pre-visualizations, for comics, for animated sequences, and for film. A wide shot of a lone astronaut standing on a desert planet, looking at 2 suns in the sky. A close-up of the astronaut's helmet reflecting a strange glowing alien artifact half buried in the sand. The astronaut is now kneeling, brushing the sand off the artifact with a gloved hand. By keeping the core elements in your prompt the same, lone astronaut, red planet, and only changing the camera angle and the action, you can generate entire scenes, shot by shot. And we can scale this up to build entire worlds. I want to tell a story, a romance set in ancient Mesopotamia. With a simple prompt explaining the vision, I created the scene. From there, I extracted the characters, kept them consistent across multiple panels, and designed a complete comic book cover. This level of character control opens up entirely new avenues. We can take any person and recast them in a new reality. You want to see yourself in the style of a Fortnite character? Done. How about Grand Theft Auto? No problems. You want to turn your friends into collectible action figures? Well, that's no problem at all. It will even wrap them up for you. The main point is, it understands the assignment. You become the art director for any style you can imagine. And we can even reverse the process. Take any detailed image and prompt the AI to remove all the color and texture. Reduce to clean black line art. You've just created a perfect coloring page. This is a simple but powerful way to repurpose any visual asset. For years, tasks like this have been the exclusive domain of Photoshop. Complex interfaces, layers, masking, that era is now ending. For a huge number of professional editing tasks, a single sentence is now more powerful than a toolbar. Take removing photo bombers or entire crowds. This used to be a painstaking process of cloning and the patch tool. Now you simply circle the area and type remove everyone in this section. The AI rebuilds the background contextually, and it's not just deleting, it's reconstructing reality. Okay, let's do something that used to be impossible. Hyper-realistic body art. We're instructing the AI to understand the contours of the human body. The lighting, the skin texture, the wraparound effect. It's seamless. This isn't just a gimmick, it's a virtual tattoo. This extends to breathing new life into the past. Colorizing old photographs is just the start. We can prompt it to restore damaged sections, remove creases, and enhance facial clarity. It's not just adding color, it's performing digital archaeology, reclaiming the moments that were fading away. This naturally leads to a professional-grade color correction. You can take any image and give it cinematic instructions like apply a warm golden hour glow, or give this a cool cyberpunk neon tint. You're no longer tweaking sliders, you're directing the mood with language. The true power of this model isn't just one-shot generations, it's the ability to build and refine in layers. This is iterative editing. For example, I can take a photo from my last holiday and simply tell the model to add me into the scene. Sitting on a bench, It handles the scale, the lighting, the shadows, all of it. And once I'm in the scene, I can change any element. Change my t-shirt to a formal button-down shirt. Change the shirt to a heavy winter coat. The model preserves the subject's identity while flawlessly altering the clothing. The same applies to the entire setting. Change the background to a bustling Tokyo street at night. Now put the same character in a tranquil forest. This is the ultimate virtual green screen. Everything we've discussed has massive implications for business and enterprise. This is a tool for rapid professional-grade production. Consider website design. I can start with a blank wireframe and prompt the AI to design a clean, modern landing page for a tech startup with a hero image, 3 feature blocks, and a call to action button. It generates the entire visual layout. For product visualization, this is a game changer. Take a 3D model of a chair and change its material instantly. Render this chair in dark oak, now in brushed chrome, now in translucent glass. You can create an entire product catalog from a single design. It can even generate entire font sets. By describing the style, create a font set with Gothic medieval feel, or a clean minimalist sans serif font. You can produce unique typography for branding projects. And for creators, the workflow is obvious. We can generate the perfect thumbnail image and use text features to add a compelling, perfectly integrated title. It understands how to wrap texts around objects and match the existing lighting. But the true future of this technology lies in its deep contextual understanding. We can go beyond text prompts. By drawing directly onto an image, we can give the AI visual instructions. I can draw boxes around a window and point an arrow and note add flowing curtains here. It understands the combination of the text and the visual markup. This visual understanding allows us to create structured assets for other programs. By prompting it to turn this object into a clean, isometric model, we can generate assets that are ready to be taken into 3D modeling, like Blender. You can create the blueprint for digital objects. And we can use this to visualize entire game worlds. Its understanding of the physical world is profound. We can capture a single moment in time and see it transformed. Change this daytime cityscape to a rainy night. It doesn't just make it darker, it adds reflections on the pavement, turns on the lights in the windows, and changes the entire mood. All of this leads to a new way of creating. So you've seen the incredible power of this tool, but let's get specific. What exactly are we using, and where do you get it, and what does it cost? Let's clear up any confusion. The engine we are using is called Gemini 2.5 Flash Image, aka Nano Banana. This is a specific advanced model built directly into the Gemini web app that allows for this level of deep conversational image editing. You can access it right now at gemini.google.com. The best part is that the core features of Flash Image are available to everyone for free. You can download the Gemini app and use this incredible model right there on your phone. You can get started with inpainting, character creation, and generative fills without paying anything. However, there is a catch for power users. The free tier has daily usage limits. If you're doing professional grade work and generating hundreds of iterative edits for a project, you will hit a wall. It's currently about 100 generations per day. But that's where Gemini Advanced comes in. To be clear, the paid subscription does not give you a different secret model. It gives you a much higher ceiling for usage. If you plan on integrating this into your creative workflow, the advanced tier is non-negotiable to avoid being locked out mid-project. So the takeaway is simple. Start for free at gemini.google.com to learn the ropes, but for the kind of masterclass level results we've been creating today, you will need the Gemini Advanced subscription to handle the sheer volume of generations required. You've probably noticed that many of my images that I have shown have a slow cinematic motion to them. Generations from Gemini are static, so how is that done? This is where we bring the best of both worlds together. I take my final upscaled masterpiece from Gemini and bring it into my favorite creative engine, the free open source powerhouse ComfyUI. Inside ComfyUI, I use a free motion model like WAN 2.2 to act as my virtual camera. It lets me take the static image and add a slow controlled camera pan, a gentle dolly zoom, or even a subtle character movement. And it's that final part that adds all the professional polish, turning a beautiful still into a living shot. So if you want to learn how to build these animation workflows and truly master these tools, go back and watch my deep dive tutorials that will take you from an absolute beginner to an expert. From setting up your own first workflow to building advanced systems, it's all right here. The links to my most popular ComfyUI guides are down in the description. I highly recommend starting there. And honestly, we've only just scratched the surface here today. The pace of this technology is relentless, and there's so much more to show. But that will have to wait for another video. Please like and subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one.